World building is basically just filling out a questionnaire about your setting. But what questions should you be asking yourself? Sup peoples, and welcome back to another video. This is the next part in my series of 50 questions to ask yourself. And today we're going to be talking all about world building. If you want one of these about characters, you can check out the link up above. But this time, we're going to be talking all about your setting. The way that this video will basically work is I'm going to read 50 different questions that you will answer. I will try and put them in the description of the video as well. I'm going to leave a small pause after each question, so you can pause the video and then answer the questions. And then you can unpause it, continue the process. The categories for this video's Q&A about your world are as follows: geography, history, mythology, technology, and society. And as we go over these, each will have 10 questions. So let's get started. I'm going to start with geography. Remember to pause this video after each question so you have time to write down your answer. Category A, geography. Question number 1. What terrain types does your world have, and which are most prevalent? Question number 2. How does this affect the architecture of your world? Question number 3. Who lives in each terrain type, and how have they adapted to it? Question 4. Are there multiple nations in your world? And if so, what are the geographical differences between them? Question 5. What are the most common animals in your world, and which are the rarest? Question 6. What plants are the most common in your world, and which are the rarest? Question 7. Do any plants or animals hold any mythological significance? And if so, to whom and why? Question 8. What animals are often domesticated in your world, and why? Question 9. What is the weather like in your world? Question 10. Are there any major differences between your world and our own? Now I know that not all of those were precisely geographical. There's a lot about animals, but they're just sort of getting the location setting set up for your world. Now we're on to category B, history. Question 11. Which events in your world's history are having an impact on the current time? Question 12. What historical events are the most remembered in your world, and which are most forgotten? Question 13. How does your world's history have an impact on the story? Question 14. Who are important historical figures? Question 15. How recent was the last major conflict in your world, and how has it affected recent events? Question 16. How far back does your history go, and why does it stop when it does? Question 17. Does your world have any lost civilizations or empires in its past? Question 18. Are there any alliances from the past that are still relevant in your modern world? Question 19. Were there any technological revolutions that changed the way life is now? And if so, how were things before them? Question 20. How did each nation, if there are multiple, come to be? And what other nations may have shaped them in one way or another? I think that worlds having a history is super important. The same way that a character should have a backstory, your world will have a backstory. And this will just make it feel more grounded and realistic and in tune with the story. For example, in my own writing, I've been thinking about the way that the world has affected the lives of my characters. In the setting, there's this forest that surrounds the city. And the forest has actually made the city in the middle of it sort of secluded, and so they're not super connected with the outside world. The forest stops them from doing this. And while I'll get into that in the story, it does make me think, oh, well, this will allow for that to be true about the city, and that to be true about the city, and that to be true about the city. And this just makes the world feel more real, in my personal opinion, if you think about the way that the history or the geography may have affected things and be affecting things still. But now we're on to category C, mythology. Question 21. What is the most dominant religion or mythology in your world, and why is it so widespread? Question 22. What are some of this mythology's stories or figures? Question 23. How important is the mythology to your story and world? Question 24. How old is this mythology, and how has it changed over the years? Question 25. Are there any other mythologies or religions? Question 26. If so, what is their relationship to the most dominant one? Question 27. Is the mythology or religion true or just old stories in your world? Question 28. Are there any holidays associated with these mythologies? Question 29. Are there any symbols associated with these mythologies? Question 30. What nations believe in which mythologies? Again, this is just another way to sort of figure out the culture of your world and give it its own personal flair. Category D, technology. Question 31. How advanced is the technology in your world? Question 32. How much has it impacted modern life? Question 33. Does one person or corporation have control over this technology and its supply, or is it available to many people? Question 34. What is the greatest technological advancement your world has created, and what upsides and downsides does it have? 35. Are there any technologies that have become obsolete? Question 36. When technology breaks or glitches, how much of an impact does this have on society? Question 37. Is technology equally available to everyone in your world? Question 38. How does the technology in your world look similar or different to its counterparts on Earth? Question 39. Are there any forbidden technologies in your world? If so, why? Question 40. Does AI exist in your world, and if so, how advanced is it? Now we're on to the final category, Category E, society. Question 41. Is there any kind of caste system in your society, and if so, who is on the bottom and who at the top? Question 42. Where is the least controlled place in your world, and where is the most? Question 43. Where do your characters fall into this society? Question 44. How have different generations' lives changed over time? Question 45. What are the 3 greatest advantages of living in your society? Question 46. And what are the 3 greatest challenges? Question 47. Are there any common customs or traditions that this society have ingrained in them? Question 48. What is common dress in your society, and how does it differ depending on your people's lifestyles? Question 49. What are the most common foods in your society, and how are they produced? Question 50. What kinds of art are most present in your world, and how is this art viewed by society? Thank you so much for watching. I'm sure that this has taken you longer to watch and answer all these questions than it has taken for me to film, and for that, I thank you for your dedication. If you would like another video like this with 50 questions on another topic, like I said, you can check out the video linked above for 50 character writing prompts, and I will also put up the 50 questions prompts playlist on the screen, as well as my most recent video, so you can check all of that out. But if there's a certain topic that you would like me to do a 50 questions video on, let me know. Maybe you want more world building questions, but it's like more specific, so it's like I want to design, oh, I don't know. Whatever you want, I'm happy to make it. Thank you so much for watching. Happy writing, best of luck with your world building, and I will see you on the next page. Till then.